Draymond Green's behavior, despite the fact that he recorded a triple-double. At this point, should we accept that Draymond is who he is, and is the only question remaining whether or not he's worth it?
Yeah, I think the real pivot point for him to change would have been last summer, where he got caught up in a few off-season, scandals, quote unquote. But I think he's past the point of no return. He's going to be who he is, and everybody else has come to accept it. I think we should too. That game was fascinating. Golden State looked so good, and Cleveland really looked undermanned. They lose Kevin Love at halftime. They didn't have J.R. Smith. They just didn't have the firepower to keep up. But that's the type of Warriors play that they need to have when they go against Cleveland, because number one, it was confident, and number two, it was unselfish. I mean, after kind of choking away a lead in Game 7, after collapsing on Christmas, I thought this was the type of game that really, reinstilled their confidence. I think the big question, though, if you're Draymond is, there's a thin line between being fearless and being foolish. I mean, he clearly does not fear LeBron. He goes and levels him, right near center court, and then he kind of mocks him afterwards. You wonder, how's LeBron going to respond to that? 'Cause that's certainly going in his memory bank. And if these two teams face in June, we're going to be seeing that clip a lot. And I'm sure we're going to see a highly motivated LeBron after that kind of an incident.
I want to ask you about June, but in the meantime, Klay Thompson, he is our adrenaline performer. It's presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Of course, Klay was the Dubs' leading scorer on Monday with 26 points. But, Ben, the next time these two teams meet would be in the NBA Finals. From what you've seen so far, is it a foregone conclusion that it will be Warriors and Cavs for the third consecutive year?
Well, there's a few things that could happen here. Like I said, Cleveland's got some injury issues. And you look at Golden State, they've had real problems closing games against good teams, not only against Cleveland, but also against Memphis recently and against Houston in overtime. So, there could be a situation where they can't quite find the right balance between their stars if games tighten up and somebody knocks them off in the postseason. For Cleveland, it would be a similar story to a couple years ago where health issues just put too much strain on LeBron and somebody else finally kind of jumps up to challenge them. but clearly, if we're betting people, we're betting on this so-called three-match because they're clearly in the driver's seat in both of their conferences.